Today we're going to show you guys the backyard rally track. We'll start with the traditional one, and then we'll move on to the more trialsy, technical, dirt bikes only section of track. So we're at the starting line right here under the treehouse. The treehouse bridge is the starting line because why not? And cruise right into the first corner. Just recently added a whole bunch of extra sand to that corner berm there, which helps, you know, make it a lot better for high-speed cornering, obviously. And we got a nice straightaway here, straight-ish. And then we rally across the driveway and into this big berm, which we destroyed with the BMW truck the other day. And then another straightaway. Down the steep, sketchy hill corner, for lack of a better term. Which is somewhat banked and bermed, but not completely, so, you know, it's a blind corner, kind of scary to take at speeds.
Called sketchy for a reason.
Sketchy downhill corner for a reason, yeah. And then here we just blast across the field. It's kind of almost a whoops section as you go across it just by accident. So that's always fun. Into the uphill straightaway. This is the part where you can always just go full blast. And then off the jump. Recently did a bunch of work on that jump. It used to be kind of terrible and the landing was full of stumps, so filled in all the stumps, covered it up with nice soft sand, and fixed the takeoff so it's smoother.
This section has a bunch of roots still. We still have to cover up some of these.
You know, a little bit of roots here and there makes it exciting. And then we've got a brand new berm here that Steven is still tuning up for us. So much better. That corner was always like a massive slowdown to take that corner because there's just trees you'd run into. So that's a big improvement. This one here is kind of a very tight, not exactly technical, but just a super tight corner you have to slow down for. And then into just a huge straightaway of sandiness.
We used to call this the muddy straight because it was one big mud pit. But since Ethan's been digging out a location for the new garage, he put a bunch of sand here and it's way better.
And then this corner used to just be kind of flat and I made it a nice banked corner, but not a full-on steep berm. A big old banker, which is nice for like the power wheels and stuff because it's easier to, you know, easier to drift a corner if you have a big smooth banked corner. So
which after this big straight you basically just lock up the brakes on the power wheels and power slide into this.
Yeah, right, brake slide into power slide.
Yeah.
And then right after this corner we've got the big old jump.
Nice smooth straightaway, really big takeoff, tight table.
Yeah, the tabletop's the best feature. I'm not used to this bike and I'm not wearing a helmet, so obviously I'm not clearing the full thing, but it's about a 30-foot tabletop and it's really nice when you hit it just right.
And so far you've cleared it in Colonel Senders, the Timber Quad, the snowmobile trike.
Yep, and obviously my dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not really a like car type jump. We don't have any full-size vehicle that we can really hit that on at this point.
Do you think you'll try to clear it with Sendy once we fix it, or is that maybe a not send?
I've jumped in on that a little bit. The Barbie Jeep just isn't as predictable in the air as the Colonel. Like, Colonel Senders, as long as you're not like full on the throttle, if you just roll into it, it's got enough weight to just like fly pretty straight. But the Barbie Jeep, it's so light that if you hit it just a little bit too much on the throttle as you come off the jump, you go way up in the air. And then if you hit it, like, it's harder to get it just right. It's just less forgiving. So
yeah.
Probably not going to hit that one.
The Dream Camper is probably going to send it nice and good.
The Dream Camper should do it really well because it's got a really good center of gravity. It should be, you know, nice and distributed, plus roll cage. So obviously it would really still suck to endo on the jump, but it'd be a lot less suck than if you had no cage.
Yeah.
So it may look kind of sketchy, but right after the landing for the jump, we've got this big old pile of rocks. And the idea here is that this turns into an absolute mud pit for like 2/3 of the year. And so I just have been dumping all the small rocks here with the skid steer to fill in, because then the water can still flow through it and it won't be mud, and it adds a little bit of an interesting technical bit to the track. So you rally through these rocks and then do a loop around this banked corner, which still working on making it more of a berm.
And this is a great spot for slow motion suspension testing. This is the work in progress 360 berm.
Yep. And then we've got a little tiny baby jump right here, just a little fun little hopper. Into another sweet berm in progress corner. And this is a straightaway, but it's kind of full of roots, and at the end of it you have the driveway and trees. So I want to make it more of a slalom-y thing than a straightaway. So like dump a few loads of sand here for a berm. So you just go like berm, 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 and just like ping pong back and forth on it, which would be more fun. And then you don't have to like, because it's annoying to have a good straightaway that you can't just full send, because like it looks like you can go super fast, but you have to slow down way before the end of it. So that's the idea. But for now, it's still a really fun straightaway with some roots. And over on this side, there's a nice, you know, you can hit this with this little hopper if you're not going too fast. Another corner here that could eventually use a nice berm, but it's also a wide open one, so you can also just kind of lay it down and drift it. And then this is another jump across the driveway. This one, we've had a few different variations of it, but I just tuned it up the other day, so it's a little bit more of a jump, but it's still more of like a roller than a kicker, which is nice, because this one you can really hit at speed.
You can kind of see how gradual it is. So even in things like the Barbie Jeep, we can hit with a ton of speed, really gradual lip, and super gradual landing as well.
And then right after you land that jump, hit the brakes a little bit for this, which is just kind of a, it's a little bit of a jump, but it's more of just a corner with fairly high consequences, because there's a tree like right into the corner. So come around this, maybe again, dump some more sand in here to fill in the roots.
And this part here is really fun because you can basically brake slide to initiate a drift around this corner and just cross the finish line strong.
Oh yeah.
And that is the main circuit of the rally track right now. We're gonna go through all of the builds that are in working condition and do track times for the second channel, Sent and Bent. So look forward to that. And on the next video, we're gonna show you guys the new super technical kind of enduro motocross loop that does the circumference of Ethan's entire property. So definitely check that out. It's going to be out in a couple days. We're going to try to post here at least twice a week now. So Sent and Bent is getting serious, and we'll probably be announcing the Banshee giveaway in about 3 weeks. So if you want to win yourself a Banshee, follow us. Make sure you're in the know of that giveaway.